I put this out on Twitter a couple of hours ago just to get things rolling, but here's my new stance. Why the Niners have to trade Jimmy Garoppolo before the season starts. I didn't get here until you wrote the article because I forgot my rule of 13, the cap. I forgot it's like a January through April thing, and now we're into the next part of the year, and I forgot. But he's very expensive.
Yes,
and you do the background on the rule of 13.
So I'll just go over this for people. There's only been one or two times in NFL history when any team has won the Super Bowl and they've had one player making 12% or more of their salary cap.
Yeah.
And the only time that was actually done was with Tom Brady. And that
That's
was
right.
Twice, in 2020 and 2018.
I think Steve Young did it in 1994. I think he was at 13. So Brady and Steve Young have done it. It's the anomaly. It's the anomaly.
But the point is that even within that, you have to be the greatest of the greatest to even accomplish that. So the point is that you need help on your team in order to succeed. And with Jimmy Garoppolo right now, he's at 13.5% of the 49ers salary cap for 2021. Right. So what the team has to make a decision with him to where they're going to have to say, like, can we win with Jimmy Garoppolo? Because personally, I think the answer is no. And I think the 49ers probably think that too, based on their actions. So if you come to that conclusion, then Jimmy Garoppolo can't be on this team in this year unless you're going to say to yourself, we're okay with not winning a Super Bowl this year. And just one more thing, Grant, when I was looking at all the top paid players in the NFL, Jimmy Garoppolo is the 11th highest paid player in the NFL. There are only 10 quarterbacks ahead of him. The next two players after him are like DeAndre Hopkins and Joey Bosa. So, for 49ers fans, if you want to justify this, hey, if you can tell me he's as valuable as any of those guys, great. But I don't think he is.
Okay, let me give you some numbers to put this guy in context. Because I think some Niners fans are going to be like, but they went to the Super Bowl 2 years with them making $20 million. Okay, 2 years ago, it's not the cap number, it's the cap percentage. What percentage of the pie are you taking up? 2 years ago, it was 8.6 for Jimmy. Which is reasonable. If he was at 8.6 right now, keep him. But he's not. He's at 13.5. And if he were to win the Super Bowl this year, he'd break the record for most cap percentage by a single player. Jimmy Garoppolo. So he might break that record. It's possible. But I think it's actually a very low likelihood. And I think the reason he's on this team is because people are saying, well, it's a Super Bowl roster. You got to have a vet. He took him to the thing, yada, yada, yada. The more I think about it from a financial perspective, he's going to be the reason they don't make it because he's too freaking expensive. And it's not just that there's this magic number that you can't cross. It's all relative. Why is it problematic for Jimmy to be making 13.5%? Let me list you some other quarterbacks who are making way less, all right? Let me start in the NFC. Taysom Hill. He's not better than Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's making 3.9% of the cap. Kyler Murray, 5.1%. He might be better than Jimmy. Right. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's okay. I mean, is he better than Jimmy? I don't know. 5.3%, and he's on a really good team. Jared Goff is pretty much Jimmy Garoppolo's doppelganger, 5.4%. And then the Super Bowl champion, Tom Brady, 5.8%. In what world is Jimmy Garoppolo going to win a Super Bowl at 13.5% while Brady's making 5.8%? And that's just the NFC. Ben, let me do the AFC real quick. Five guys in the AFC. Lamar Jackson, 1.7%. Justin Herbert, 3.2%. Josh Allen, 3.7%. Patrick Mahomes, 4%. Still hasn't kicked in yet. And Baker Mayfield, 5%. So, yeah, man, Jimmy could do it, but the odds are way lower than you realize because of the financial reasons.